Hello everybody, I'm Rima. I am making this video especially for members of my astrology study group, and then also for everyone who believes and does not believe in astrology. This video will interest you. And you see me kind of smiling so much because this is new to me. I'm not used to being out in the public. I don't like to be out in the public, and it's really just the first video that I'm making of myself, and I decided to put myself a little bit out there more than I am used to, or maybe a lot more than I'm used to. I made an audio that was also a big step for me to make an audio and put it out in the public, and so I'm experimenting with my video now. Kind of a shy person. So I'm sitting in my car outside my house. I don't want to be in the house. I don't want to be heard. And I've done a few trials before this, so I hope this video comes out at least okay. Let's jump into what we will talk about in this video. I'm going to, in as concise a manner as I can, I'm going to tell you the purpose of astrology, why you should use astrology, why has astrology been created, which so many of us do not have the correct idea of astrology, we do not know. After that, we will talk about consultations from me, and then child consultations, and in the end we will talk about how we will continue our posts in the astrology study group, because so many of you said you want written posts. I was very surprised. Okay, so let's jump into the purpose of astrology, and it's kind of a long, complicated topic, but I'm going to try to make it very concise. So astrology was born even before astronomy was. If it convinces you to know that I met this astronomer who has 20 years of experience in astronomy, and he said how astronomy was born after Indian astrology was created, and they realized that planets and functions of planets up in the sky, so many like millions of miles away, affect our lives. So astrology is very real. It works. All of the beliefs that are out there for astrology, the negative ones that I'm talking about, is based on experiences that people have had with astrologers, or the lack of knowledge, maybe having half knowledge or not complete knowledge. Now, it's really like, going to an astrologer is like going to, for example, a doctor or for a mechanic or any service that you take. Not everybody is going to be good at it. Not everybody is going to be an expert at it or have the perfect knowledge, right? So if you've had negative experiences from astrologers, it doesn't mean astrology is wrong. It only means that the astrologer, wasn't equipped enough. Just like if you go to a doctor and you don't like the doctor's service, you will change the doctor, right? You will not stop believing in allopathy, in medicine per se, right? Or similar with a teacher, with a school. If it's not giving you what you want, you don't stop believing in the education system. The same goes for astrology. So astrology was created not so much for predictions, but more for diagnosing or analyzing areas of our lives which are, you can say weak in a way and strong. And then to focus on the strong parts of a person's life, and to help them move forward through that, empower them, make them feel having more control of their lives, and give them solutions to problems. Not like to take their problems away and to change their life and everything is going to be okay. It's not like a magic wand. No, it's not. But to give you information, to make you aware of your life, of yourself, so that you know where to focus your energies. If that makes sense. So let's say when you show me your chart, I am able to, or any astrologer for that matter, is able to see what kind of a family upbringing you had. What are your passions? What are you so passionate about? Out of the many interests that you have, focusing on which ones will give you the results that you want, will give you the money that you want. When is the best time to get married? So it's, if you realize, it's so much of really diagnosing the problem. Like a doctor will look at the symptoms and tell you what's going on in your life. That's what with your health, and astrology will tell you what's going on in your life. How does prediction help? Yes, prediction is possible in astrology. Astrologers can tell you, if you look at the overall concept of whether there are good times, bad times, etc. But can an astrologer change that? No. Can I improve any areas of your life which have their difficulties per se? No. So what would be the purpose of taking predictions from an astrologer? Do you think that just getting that information will make you feel better or worse, or give you the strength that you need to cope with that situation or change that situation? Situations cannot be changed, but if you have knowledge on, so for example, let me take it with an example. I had somebody who did consultation with me, and this happens most of the times. It's happened with me as well when I went to astrologers. We pretty much know what we want to do in our lives. We know there's an inner knowing that I always want to work with children. I love working with children, but then there will be all those questions of, I don't have the degree to it. I don't think I can be good at it. So I'd rather just go into MBA, accounting, just the easy way out where there is a set career. There is money that'll flow in. So an astrologer will help you confirm that your passions, what your talents are, what your passions are, and how that will bring you the success, the money that you need, and where to focus your energies and where not to focus your energies. So, same thing with relationships, with relations with even your siblings, your parents, health concerns, etc. So just for you to sit back and reflect a little bit on when you are going to an astrologer, are you going there just to get some hope, to hear something good, or to think that with the thought that an astrologer can magically change things in your life? That should not be the purpose of going to an astrologer, right? Also, some of you find it so hard to hear what an astrologer has to say. So if you're asking, when will my marriage problems get over? Well, do you want to hear that everything's going to be okay? Then if you just want hope, then you can just call a friend or just call me and say, I want hope, and I'll give you hope. But an astrologer is there to tell you that these are the reasons that there are problems in your marriage and what can be done about it. So it's not like the problems can get over, but the astrologer can give you direction on information on and direction on how that can be either improved or what is in your highest good. Whether it's even things like sometimes when I see charts, it's good for people, it's healthier for people to not be in the marriages that they are in now. That is very sensitive information that you would be giving out, that you would be hearing as a client. So are you ready to hear that? Only if you're ready to hear that, I think you should see an astrologer. Or what I like about the way I practice astrology is, more than just looking at your chart and giving you a consultation, I do what is called astro coaching. So not only do we do a diagnosis of in different areas of your life, but then through coaching, I can empower you, I can help you emotionally be stronger, give you the cognitive skills, the thinking skills, the life skills to put your energies in those areas of your life to improve those areas. So if you are interested in showing your charts, many of you have written to me, or even sharing your problems, what I will encourage you to do is go onto the description page of the Astro Study group. I have put in details of how you can schedule a free 30-minute session with me, and it doesn't matter which part of the world you're in. Let's do that free 30-minute sessions, and let's discuss from there on what medium you would like to use to get solutions to those problems. It can be astro coaching, which is, yes, it is faster. It is much faster than in equipping yourself than just coaching, because it gives me important details of your life, which right away, just by looking at your charts, and those of you who have shown your charts to me, you all know, after seeing that, that this works, it is true. Astrology is true. It is authentic. It is true. So that's that part. Then there's other ways to deal with your problems. There is hypnotherapy, there is coaching, there is counseling, just parent consultation. So just go on that page, on that link, schedule a session, and let's take it further from there. As far as doing consultations for your children, no genuine astrologer will look at a chart of a child. And there's a reason for that. I don't know if I can discuss that reason here, but it's stated in ancient authentic astrology that a child's chart should not be seen. And so again, for you to reflect on the reason why you want to show a child's chart. Is it just a parent's concern of, is everything going to be okay? You want to hear that your child's going to have a great life? Well, yeah, I understand. I'm a parent, so I'm anxious about my daughter's life, but there has to be some amount of faith that things will be okay. And if you really want to show your child's chart, you would have to wait until the child is either 7 years or 16 years. Different astrologers will see a child's chart at a different age. There has to be an age of maturity, basically, that they believe in. So I'm sorry to tell you that I'm not going to see your child's chart. But if there are specific concerns, that you have specific health concerns with your child, or study concerns, there's a weakness in a certain area, or there's behavior problems, emotional problems, then for sure, definitely, like, that's my passion. I'm a lot into parenting. I've written hundreds of parenting articles. I love supporting and empowering mothers per se. So book your session. I would really encourage you, no matter what you want to discuss, just book that free 30-minute session and take it further from there. In terms of showing your personal chart, there's two ways. Again, the astro coaching that I discussed, but you could also wait, if you wish to, until I launch my astrology course. It's going to be a course in basic and intermediate astrology. So there's two courses. I'll start with the basic course, and students of that course will get a basic free consultation from me, and that is looking at their chart and giving you some direction with your career, or when to get married, or your health concerns, right? Very broad general problems. So, but that will be available to you as a student of my course. And I plan to launch the course somewhere in mid of Feb, anytime between 10th and 20th of February, if not earlier than that. It'll be an online course, or in person. So you can either do it with me in person if you're in the United States, or online. But there would have to be some openness to audio video session, video classes, because astrology is so complex that everything cannot be taught in written form, for you to get those concepts, grasp them, and use them in the correct manner. So more about the astrology course, I will post them. I'll post about it in the astrology study group as the time comes closer and I'm ready for it. In terms of showing your husband's chart or a relative's chart, personally, I prefer seeing a chart of a person when that person is informed, after taking permission from a person, after taking consent. But if there is a very specific reason for which you need to show a family member's chart and not mention that to a family member, then again, I would like to hear from you from the 30-minute free consultation, right? So again, to remind you, the link is in the description section of the astrology study group page. And if you still don't get it, then write to me, send me a message on Facebook, and I will share that link with you. And the last part of this video, in terms of the posts that the type of post that I will be putting in astrology study group, if I'm doing written posts like most of you have requested, there is some limitation to that. In terms of astrology, it's such a complex subject. Every topic is so complex, and there requires to be so much description. Just imagine if everything that I said in this video, if I were to write it out, how difficult would it be? I think it would be pretty difficult and long to get across that information, in a clear, concise manner without you having questions. I don't want to leave you with a lot of questions in your mind, right, when you learn about a new topic in astrology. So there would have to be some openness to audio and video sessions, but again, if you're really requesting most of them to be written posts, then the way it can be done is I would have to break a topic and cover it over several days, versus covering the entire topic in an audio or a video. And I know that in India there is not internet connections like the ones you have in USA, so downloading can be a problem, etc. So I understand that. So let's do a combination as of now. Sometimes I will do a post with an audio or a video, and then a written post on the same subject, so you have access to both. Sometimes I will do just a written post, but then I'll break down the topic over several days, so it'll be a little slower, if you're okay with that. And then occasionally we could do audio and video series. So again, give me your inputs on that. Feel free to post your questions on astrology, or what you want to learn about, which part of astrology you want to learn, your experiences that you've had with astrologers. I'm very open. I want to hear your experiences, and what did that experience leave you with? What is your idea of astrology? any other questions and concerns. Okay, so this was my first video. Thank you for hearing my video from the start to the end, and I'm very excited for all of you who are a part of that astrology study group. Let's make it interactive. I'm really the person who likes to hear back. If the more you interact, the more enthusiasm I will have to put more information, to interact in that group. All right, so have a great day, everybody. Ciao.